Good morning, students. I hope you are fine. Yesterday, I noticed that many of you did not respond well for the question answer. You did not write it. If you have any problem, students, do ask me, do message me, or call me anytime if you want to. Again, today I'm sharing the previous last day's questions again in this video. So if you have any problem understanding them, seeing them properly, the words were not clear, they were blurred, so do tell me. I will send the PDF again. Okay, so let's do the further question answers. Now, yesterday we did till question number 2. Now let's do question number 3. How do you know that Jess was of another breed? Now, from where this, look at the page from where it has come up. So see, look at this first page of the story, the last line. Nothing on the earth could have persuaded the two to return, but Jess was of another breed. And later on in the story, we come to know why Jess was of another breed, because he did not run away from the cemetery, he did not run away from the graveyard, seeing the supposedly and dead Henry Armstrong sitting up in his grave, in his casket. He did not get afraid, he was not terrified. So he stood there, and not only he stood there, but he also murdered Henry, because his purpose, his only focus was on earning money, get the money from those two medical students. So by hook or by crook, he wanted the money. So that's why he murdered Henry Armstrong and took the body to the dissection room. So what would be the answer of this? Let's see. Jess did not run away, seeing the unusual sight of dead body rising out of its grave. First reason was why Jess was of another breed, because he did not run away from the cemetery. He dared to be there in the cemetery. So this showed that Jess was both brave and practical. Why practical? Because he, at any cost, he wanted that money which the medical students were about to give him for that dead body. So anyhow, he had to get the dead body, even though he came to know that Henry was alive, but still he murdered him with his spade and took the body to the dissection room. Okay. Now, next question. The two medical students were still in a frightened state the next day. How do you know this? So, look at the text. In the grey of the morning, the two students, pallid and haggard. Pallid and haggard. Pallid and haggard means pale and tired from anxiety. Anxiety means nervousness. And with the terror of their adventure still beating tumultuously in their blood. Tumultuously means the pulse rate was very high. The blood was running at very fast speed in their body, because of that anxiety, because they had not forgotten the scene which they had seen the last night. Imagine if you see a dead body rising out of its grave, what will happen to you? You will also run away from there crying, it's a ghost, it's a ghost. So the same thing happened with those two medical students. So look at the answer. The two medical students were still in a frightened state the next day, because they looked pale and tired due to anxiety, and their blood was still beating loudly in their ears due to last night terror. Also, the short verbal exchange, what was it? You saw it, shows that the picture of dead man rising in his grave is still fresh in their minds. Okay, so that's the answer. They still had that picture of dead man and dead Henry Armstrong rising out of the grave, that was still alive, that was still fresh in their mind. So they had not forgotten the last night's adventure. So next question, it is related to discuss and write. So I will speak these questions for you. So the first question is, why do you think the students wanted the dead body? Because they were medical students, and in medical students generally they had to do the lot of dissection work, so that's why they wanted the dead body. So the answer is the medical students wanted the dead body to dissect it, to study the internal parts of the body. Okay, now next question is, what agreement do you think the students may had made with Jess? That means कि वे क्या agreement और उन दोनों students और Jess के बीच में हुआ था. This we can guess it out from the last line, what he just said in the dissection room. Like, I am on a bench in semi-darkness sat Jess. He rose, grinning means smiling, all eyes and teeth. That means his laugh was reaching to his eyes and all his teeth were visible. I am waiting for my pay, he said. Now all he said was that he wanted his money for the dead body. So the answer to this question is, the students would have promised to pay Jess for helping them get the dead body out of the cemetery. कि उन स्टूडेंट्स ने उस जेस को प्रॉमिस किया होगा कि अगर वो डेड बॉडी को बाहर निकालने में, सिमेट्री से बाहर निकालने में उनकी हेल्प करेगा, दे विल पे फॉर इट. सो द स्टूडेंट्स वुड हैव प्रॉमिस्ड टू पे जेस for helping them get the dead body out of the cemetery. Now, the last question of discuss and write is, the students were secure about what they were doing because of the absence of any witnesses. Like, because there were no witnesses in the graveyard, so the students thought they were they were safe. If they will take out the dead body from the grave, it is very safe because nobody was there in the cemetery at that time. Do you think this feeling of guilt indicates a guilt on their part? So the question is, do you think that the two students felt guilt on their part that they had done wrong? Taking out a dead body from the grave is wrong. Somebody who is already dead and who is already buried, and you are taking it out from its grave, it's not right. So, do you think the students felt that grave? Justify your response. So, the answer is no, the students did not have any guilt as they were removing the dead body for dissecting it and studying its anatomy. Anatomy means to study the internal parts. They were not doing any illegal thing. They did not take out the dead body for doing any illegal business. Rather, they wanted the dead body for the dissection purpose. Right? For study purpose, they wanted the dead body. So, they did not feel any guilt. So, that's the question answers. Now, See here, students, these 3 question answers we have discussed just now, right? So now, idioms of colors. So idiom, there are some phrases, idioms, the indirect colloquial language. जैसे आप हिंदी में मुहावरे या लकोक्तियाँ पढ़ते हो, वैसे ही they are called, in English they are called idioms. Like the gray of the morning. The gray of the morning means early morning before sunrise. Gray is the color. So blackness of the night, that means dead black. It was not even moon was shining in the night. So now there are some idioms given to you on this column A. Some idioms of color are given to you, and here in column B their meanings are given to you. So let's match them, and you have to learn these idioms, students. Okay, these are very nice idioms and they will help you in like writing your writing section, to improve your vocabulary, to improve your writing section. These idioms will help you a lot, so learn them, where to use them. So to see red, means to become very angry. Red is the color of passion. So जब हमको गुस्सा आता है, आंखें लाल हो जाती हैं. So to see red means to become very angry. To catch someone red-handed. Red-handed means रंगे हाथों पकड़ना. ये हिंदी में सुना होगा, किसी को रंगे हाथों पकड़ना. So the meaning is to catch someone in the act of doing something wrong. So the meaning of to catch someone red-handed means to catch someone in the act of doing something wrong. Now third one, to have a green thumb. मतलब हमारा green thumb कब होता है? ग्रीन कलर का थंब जब अगर आपने कभी पॉटरी की हो या पॉट्स लगाए हो, पौधे लगाए हो अपने गार्डन में, किचन गार्डन में, अपने घर में पौधों के आसपास काम किया हो, तो योर फिंगर्स टर्न ग्रीन बिकॉज ऑफ दोज प्लांट्स. So the meaning is very clear, to be good at gardening or growing plants. So to have a green thumb means to be good at gardening and growing plants. Now the fourth one, to be black and blue. Black and blue. So to have injury marks or bruises on one's body. जब हमें कोई बहुत ज़्यादा मारता है और हमारी शरीर पे, हमारी बॉडी पे बहुत सारे निशान पड़ जाते हैं, तब हम बोलते हैं to be black and blue. To have injury marks or bruises on one's body. Now out of blue. Out of blue means पता नहीं कहाँ से, बहुत दिनों के बाद. To happen suddenly, unexpectedly or without warning. Usually a happy occurrence, right? Happy occurrence means कोई happy incidents कोई जब अचानक से हो जाता है कि out of blue I found my lost watch in the cupboard. कि expectation नहीं था, बट मुझे अचानक से मिल गई. Now the sixth, till you are blue in the face. Until you are blue in the face. Now the meaning here is to try doing something as hard and as long as you possibly can, but without success. That means किसी चीज़ को बहुत मेहनत के साथ और बहुत देर तक लगातार करते रहना मगर सक्सेस नहीं मिलना उसमें, तो उसका मतलब होता है टिल यू आर ब्लू इन फेस. मतलब करते करते चेहरे का रंग नीला पड़ जाता है, पड़ गया, मगर आपने वो काम करना नहीं छोड़ा. सो टिल यू आर ब्लू इन द फेस मीन्स to try doing something as hard and as long as you possibly can, but without success. So that's it. I hope you have understood all the question answers. And now in this B exercise you have to fill these idioms in these filling the blanks, and send me this picture. Do this for tomorrow's homework and complete the notebook by tomorrow and send me the pictures of your notebook. Okay students? Okay, thank you. Bye bye. God bless you.